Guys, how's it going, everybody? My name is Blitzwinger, and ladies and gents, welcome back to a brand new Lego Incredibles video. And today we're going to go on ahead and see how the Batman universe looks inside Lego Incredibles. Now, what exactly do I mean by that? Well, of course, we've got the wonderful Red Hood riding his way through Municiberg, looking pretty epic, if I might say so myself. And look at the Junior lamp in the background, the Pixar logo looking quite cool as well. But nevertheless, of course, we are going to go on ahead and see all 12 Lego Batman customs that I have gone ahead and added into the game. Now, of course, if you want to see guides as to how to create these characters specifically, I, of course, have done custom videos for each and every single one of the characters that is in this video. So I'm going to go on ahead and link all those in the description box below so you can go on ahead and check those out if you have not had a chance to do so already. Uh-oh. Looks like I've got a little bit of a sharp turn here. So you can go on ahead and check them out there. Of course, in addition to that, if you guys want to see more customs for other character franchises, so let's say you guys want to see 12 customs from Spider-Man or 12 customs from I don't know, the Superman universe or something along those lines, or the Ninja Turtles universe, whatever characters you guys would like to see more of, just simply go on ahead and, of course, hit that like button. That is the best way to show support, and that is the best way to let me know that you guys enjoyed a certain video and you want to see more of a certain type of video. Oh, whoops. Okay, well, I guess that's where this race ends because we're not going to be able to get all the way up there. So we're just going to ride out of there while we still can, because otherwise this is going to be pretty embarrassing. Now, it will pop up with an offer for us to go on ahead and return, but we're not going to do that. So I want to, of course, go on ahead and begin the showcase here with the Red Hood, since that's the character that we got things started with. So yes, he is wearing the motorcycle helmet because that was the only kind of clever way to go about going ahead and allowing him to look somewhat accurate to the most modern version of Red Hood. Now, in addition to that, he does have flight, which I know is very inaccurate, but the reason why he has flight is because we wanted to give him the grapple gun so that he looks like he's dual wielding his pistols. Now, unfortunately, since you can't give weapons or items or anything like that to characters here, we had to improvise, and that was kind of the improvisation. Now, also, guys, down in the comment section below, let me know which is going to be your favorite of the Batman characters that we designed. So I'm very much looking forward to hearing your opinions on that as well. Now, this right here, I'm hopeful that you guys know who this is. This would be the one and only Alfred, and he looks terrific. I guess this could be a kind of a good guessing game where you guys could guess, like what I did with the live stream, where you guys could guess which character this is. But he turned out really, really awesome. I'm very, very happy with the way that this guy turned out, so I'm super duper stoked to go on ahead and have him on the team. Now, after Alfred, we are going to go on ahead and move on to the next character in our row of characters, and this would be the Riddler, which is probably one of the best looking characters we did. Again, if we could have given him a staff, just like I said about the pistols that Red Hood uses, if this guy could have gotten the gold staff or just a gold staff, even without the question mark at the top, I think he would have looked even more complete. So I'm very, very, very happy with the way that he turned out, and he's probably one of my overall favorite picks that we put together. Now, let's go on ahead and move on from there to the next character, which will be Catwoman. She's probably the most simplistic design, like outside of maybe Alfred. She's got a pretty simple look because there was no way to add cat ears or anything like that. Unfortunately, she wasn't super duper detailed in that sense, like the helmet and everything. But outside of that, I actually do think that she turned out really cool. I think we were quite accurate with the typical sort of leather outfit that she would be wearing, or mostly black outfit. Yes, there's a little bit of gray on the back of her head, but that was just because this is the way that this particular face swap was available, so I couldn't actually change that out to another color, unfortunately. I wish I could have, because that would have looked really cool, but we can get her up onto the rooftop here, and of course this is kind of the more typical spot that you would locate Catwoman on as she is scouting her next adventure. Let's call it that, I guess, just to be generous instead of a robbery, because that's kind of what she does. All right, so from the Catwoman category, we're going to go on ahead and move on to Bane, who, of course, in an ideal world would have been a big fig, but since that is not an option in the game, or that is not an option in the custom side of the game, because you can actually go on ahead and create, or you can see big figs in the game. Sully, for example, is a big fig. The Anchorman character is a big fig. And that's definitely cool. And I guess even to an extent, it would have been really cool if we could have created a character the size or the body type of Mr. Incredible as Bane, because I think that could have looked really cool too. But unfortunately, the game does not permit that, so we had to improvise and continue with just a minifigure look. Now, that being said, am I upset with the way he turned out? Not at all, because I actually am quite happy. I like that we were able to even get the toxic or toxin canisters on his back, so I think that that's really cool. And overall, I'm quite happy with the way that Bane turned out. Now, from there, let's go on ahead and take a look at the next character, which will be Batgirl. And yes, for all the Bat characters, I went ahead and used these ears that, or not really ears, I guess antenna on their head to emulate the cowl ears that we would typically see, just because it was kind of the closest that we could get to that. And yes, as you saw, she can also fly, just like Red Hood. I did give her the grapple gun, and unfortunately, the way that the powers work in the game, when you want to give a character the grapple gun, as a result of that, you will also give them the flight ability, which on one hand is definitely nice, because you can just get around the map very, very quickly, which is super convenient. But on the other hand, it's not so accurate to the character, which sort of stinks, of course. But overall, she turned out quite cool as well, with the yellow gauntlets and everything. She looks pretty awesome, and I'm quite happy with the way that this character turned out as well. So from there, let's go on ahead and move on to Batman himself. Once again, as you can see, he has those antenna ears kind of emulating look. I'm actually really happy with the way that this guy turned out. This is the black and gray outfit. Of course, I have done a take on him where he was the blue attire as well, so you can see that on the channel. So there's a couple of variations that you could go on ahead and put together for Batman. And I think since we do have flight available, we probably could have gone ahead and actually built the Terry McGinnis, or not, was it Terry McGinnis? Was his name? I think McGinnis is also an artist. That's why I'm like a little confused. But I think it was Terry McGinnis, which was, of course, the Batman Beyond Batman. And then it would have made sense why he flies. So that's an opportunity for some of you guys to go on ahead and create that character. But I'm pretty happy with the way he looks, and I think that that's a pretty good take on the Bat. So from Batman, we are actually, let's keep the Batman around for just a second, because we do need to call in the Joker. So here's the Joker, who turned out quite well. I was actually kind of surprised by how awesome we managed to make the Joker look, just due to all the limits that the game sets on you. And unfortunately, there are no purple suits, so we had to improvise and make the suit kind of, I guess, burgundy or whatever you would call that color. And I'm actually quite glad as to how it comes together. Of course, it would have been nice to go on ahead and have an all-purple suit, because even if we could have just recolored that jacket to be purple, and the arms obviously could be purple as well, I think that would have made the character look great. Like, it would have been a great Joker. But right now, I'd probably say it's one of the weaker ones that we have built, but that's because there's so many limits on us in this customizer. So from there, let's move on to Robin, who I think is actually, again, just like the Riddler design that I mentioned before, I think is one of the best characters that we built. I'm actually really glad with the way that this guy turned out. I think he looks quite accurate. We were going for sort of Damian Wayne kind of inspired look, so that's the coloring that you see on the outfit and everything, and that's why we kind of used Dash's face to kind of give that younger look, because Damian, of course, is a kid. So that's the idea behind this particular suit and this particular custom, and the way that it all comes together. From there, let's go on ahead and transition to Nightwing, who I think, again, one of the better looking characters we put together. As you can see, I used a different mask for him to kind of create the idea that this is obviously an older character and not the same as Damian Wayne. So I think that that's great. He has double jump, so that's cool for like agility's sake and things like that. I wish we could have been able to give him like a baton or something like that. That would have been really neat, so that we could make him more accurate with his electric batons. But unfortunately, that's not a feature in the game, as I've mentioned already plenty of times before. So, from Nightwing, we're going to go on ahead and transition to the next character, which will be, we'll save Two-Face for last. Finally, Harley Quinn, because I felt like it'd be appropriate to see Harley and Joker together next to one another. So for Harley, we chose this really unique hairstyle, and we were trying to create the whole look that she typically would be known for, where there's kind of two colors clashing, whether it be, let's say, blue and red, or white and red, or white and black, and so on and so forth. In this case, it was red and black, the combination that we went for. And I think that she actually did turn out quite awesome. A few people actually pointed out that she looks, because of the hairstyle, a little bit like Joker's daughter, which I was like, that's kind of a weird thing to point out. But I guess I was like, you know what? I haven't really read any of those issues of the Joker's daughter being introduced, so I don't really know much about it. I know that I think she's supposed to be the leader of the new Suicide Squad or something like that. But either way, definitely cool that there's a little bit of an homage to another character there. So if you want, I guess you could go on ahead and pretend that she's a different character as well. So from there, let's go on ahead and go on to Two-Face, who turned out really cool. Of course, we have the frizzled and the smooth hair split down the middle, sort of, with the two different face paint colors. Of course, once again, for him, he can fly. The main reason for that is because we were trying to give him the blaster so that he looks like he has his, like, you know, coin flipping gun that he would typically use to go on ahead and cause a huge amount of trouble throughout Gotham City, which, by the way, Municipalburg looks like it could be a great host for Gotham City. But then again, Municipalburg is also way too clean, way too cheerful and bright, really. Now that we've stopped all those crime waves. Now, when those crime waves were going on, this was pretty much no man's land from the Batman comics, oddly enough. So that's kind of an interesting comparison. Nevertheless, ladies and gents, let me know which of the 12 characters was your personal favorite. I'm looking forward to reading the comment section down below to hear what you guys thought. I'm sure that there will be some comments that I'll regret reading, but that's okay. That's just part of the YouTube life. So thank you guys so very much for watching. I will hopefully catch you guys here next time. Peace out. See you laters, alligators. Bye-bye, everyone.